Peace, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Alchemy with Asia. Hopefully this works. I don't know. And if you guys can or can't hear me, I won't know until you see this. And also until I see it. But today, I want to give you guys the practical alchemy for the full moon in Capricorn for all the signs. So I'm excited because I think it's going to be impactful information for each sign. And plus I know some people that could benefit from hearing about this from my perspective. So let's start with Capricorn. Since it's a full moon in Capricorn, this moon is going to be in your first house. So this is impacting unmasking of sorts, and also allowing yourself to be seen in a different light than what you've usually been seen in. Specifically dealing with your emotions, your inner worlds, your, inner foundation. And the alchemy available to you, Capricorn, is fermentation. And fermentation is when we undergo profound shifts within our foundation, within our inner world. So I think it's pretty important for Capricorn to sit with anything coming up that is needing to be integrated, as far as any inner me. Okay, so some practical alchemy for Capricorn would be allowing yourself to be seen in a vulnerable state of being. Confess your heart of hearts to that someone in your life. I would also suggest doing a heart chakra meditation, or even doing one of my meditations, which I do have a fermentation meditation available to you. If you need that, hit me up. My meditations are no longer just available. You'd have to, actually fuck with your girl to get that meditation. Let's see. Close an unhealthy chapter in your life, Capricorn, by being radically done with it and being honest about the fact that you have processed this and you are ready to let it go. And yeah, that's it. So next we have Aquarius. This full moon is in your 12th house, and the alchemy available to you is multiplication. And what is multiplication? You ask. Multiplication is when you are purifying and amplifying a substance to its purity and power. So this is like multiplying ideas and continuous refinement of self in order to impact the collective. So that's the Aquarius alchemy. And the practical alchemy for Aquarius is having a talk with your spirit guides about the happy ending of a karmic cycle for you. So this could be like a very celebratory time for Aquarius, of really understanding and becoming aware of any limitations that you've been underneath, any limitations that you've maybe have been subjecting yourself to subconsciously too. Spend some time alone in water or near water. You could be wanting to, or could be visiting a beach or a river nearby you pretty soon to meditate. Another good one is cord cutting ritual, which I highly recommend for Aquarius. Highly. For this full moon in Capricorn. Asking your guides and ancestors to illuminate what is limiting you that may be hidden at this time. And that's only really if you don't have the awareness of this. But I do feel like if you are an Aquarius placement, you more than likely know. But it's about coming into acceptance of that too. Next we have Pisces. Pisces, this full moon is in your 11th house. So we have projection as your alchemy. Projection and alchemy is when you reach the great work of the philosopher. And this is a culmination of alchemy. So it's like a peak. It's the highest point of alchemy, which it is said that most people don't reach this point, but they said that a long time ago, so whatever. Practical alchemy for Pisces would be becoming more selective with your friend groups or associations, Pisces. Getting realistic about who's really there for you when it counts, and who you're there for too. Yeah, hold yourself accountable for if you have any like one-sided energy going on where you have people in your life that are there for you all the time and you kind of just fall short on being a good friend, Pisces. But balance out your magical nature and your to-do list on your goals. So being able to be in that dreamy Piscean energy, and also quite literally being practical and realistic about what your goals are within your dreams. So having the best of both worlds with this full moon, setting a goal for yourself that will bring wish fulfillment over the next 6 months, Pisces. Okay, Aries, this moon is in your 10th house, and calcination is your alchemy. If you see me looking down, I'm looking down at my notes that I wrote. Practical alchemy for Aries would be to write down any work limitations and burn them as a ritual. Yeah. Write a letter to your mother and burn it. Some mother wounds are limiting your visibility, Aries. Take your career to the next level over the next 6 months with a practical approach. And also, Aries, if you're able to, hire an astrologer or hire a social media manager, just hiring someone, or just like getting services done. I foresee some Aries placements getting services done for them to elevate their career. Okay. And as far as calcination goes, I don't think I went into that. I think I was like Speedy Gonzalez through that. Calcination is when you are burning mental limitations, burning the dross of your mental limitations through fire, by way of fire. So we have two forms of alchemy, two operations of alchemy that are involving fire, which would be calcination and incineration. So yeah. And well, actually no, we have digestion too, but that one's a little different. Okay, so anyways, next we have Taurus. Taurus, this moon is in your 9th house, and congelation is your alchemy. Congelation is the alchemical operation when a substance thickens and when it solidifies. So practical alchemy for Taurus is something that's been congealing for Taurus, has been wanting more, wanting better, for themselves and wanting expansion as far as like their skill set. Taurus, you are knowing that your skill set is, which one is it? I'm joking. You knowing that your skill set is deserving of recognition. So it's really time to pour into your skill set over the next 6 months. So here we have practical alchemy for Taurus, which would be elevate your mind by reading some books that broaden your perspective. Peace. Plan for long distance travel within the next 6 months, Taurus, because I feel like Taurus placements want to travel right now, or like they probably want some type of like va-va-voom spice in their life, but it's not to say that it's not time for that, but be more practical in how you incorporate that into your day every day. You know, don't wait for a reason to enjoy your life by saying, "Oh, I'm going to, go to this country or that place." Like you can enjoy your life right now. I think that's a big part of this full moon is being able to have gratitude and, you know, be sensual in your experience right now, not waiting for permission, Taurus. Plan to continue make a plan to continue your studies and go back to school. Mercury retrograde is upon us. Like I was saying, Taurus, you really want to make sure you're continuing to work on your skills. So that's why you have constellation as your alchemy, because that is coming to a thickening. Like it's you're in the thick of knowing where it is that you want to be in life and where you deserve to be based upon your skill set. Gemini, this moon is in your 8th house. Fixation is your alchemy. Fixation is making volatile substances stabilize, Gemini. So this is through communication, obviously, because it's Gemini and it's mercurial. So practical alchemy for Gemini would be vocalizing, releasing any bad habits that you may have at this time, and specifically it would be a good idea to vocalize this bad habit to someone that's close to you to hold you accountable, Gemini, because I've been saying this piece. I've been saying this about Gemini. I think I said this before. I don't remember which moon it was, but I wrote about Gemini needing to release a bad habit. Yeah. And it's like, it's not to say that every Gemini is doing this, right? Obviously. But that's still a thing, Gemini. So you might want to work on releasing these bad habits of yours. We all have them, you know. So that's also reality too. Like there's no shame in it. It's just like make sure you are working towards releasing that for real, because as this full moon is in your 8th house, this is affecting your money. The 8th is directly across from the 2nd house, so this is affecting your actual money. And it's also affecting your ability to acquire land, acquire loans, even acquire financial sustenance. So your bad habit is directly affecting your finances, Gemini. And again, if you're seeing this, this is for sun, moon, and rising. This is not just for the sun signs. Gemini, I wrote, get your priorities together if they're not together because of what I just stated. And clear your debts over the next 6 months so you can happily acquire wealth and property and land, because I I'm feeling and knowing. Also, I know some Gemini placements that do want more as far as like a place to call home. You know, that place that you're wanting to call home is needing for you to make more space in your body for trust. Like this full moon being in your 8th house has a lot to do with intimacy. So Gemini, who can you trust? Who can you trust around you? And if you feel like you can't trust the people around you, you might need to get away from them people. Okay. Next we have Cancer. Cancer, this moon is in your 4th. Wait, not 4th. What the fuck? This moon is in your 7th house. I almost said 4th because of the angular houses anyways. Ciao. This moon is in your 7th house. Dissolution is your alchemy. So dissolution is when we sit in meditation, or we're sitting within our bodies and allowing the matter to rise to the top, right? We're allowing any of the dross to come up through the light forms that have not yet been able to be tapped into. So that's basically just like sitting with what comes up. That's why it's called dissolution. And you're also becoming aware of what has been stored within your body for a long time, or even for a week. Who knows how long it's been? It depends on Cancer and your body. You don't have to be a Cancer to do this, but neither here nor there. Practical alchemy for Cancer would be, your reality is calling for a new approach to life. Release an old approach. And I can relate to this heavily. I'm a Cancer rising, so this is for me as I'm saying this. Be more selective with yourself. Decline the invitation to get to know someone or more people intimately. Everybody doesn't deserve your energy, Cancer. That's just point blank period. This is in your 7th house, so that is, you know, your partnerships. This is business partnerships. This could even be marriage, depending on if you are married. This is also your interpersonal relationships, so your close relationships with people. Becoming aware of where you want to pour more into, or where you want to, you know, distance yourself from certain people. And it's not personal, but it is at the same time. It's not personal, but it has a lot to do with values. A lot to do with values being different, and that being very important to Cancer. I made a video on this already with Chiron and Taurus and Cancer rising, speaking on the values that Cancer placements have and the importance of that being shared amongst the friendship circle that they have through that 11th house. But yeah. Lastly, ask yourself who and what you are showing up for out of guilt, or if you're genuinely wanting to show up for these people. All right, so now we have Leo. Leo, this moon is in your 6th house. Digestion is your alchemy, and digestion is when we allow things to incubate within our being to become aware over time. So digestion is applied heat over time as an alchemical operation. And practical alchemy for Leo would be bringing closure to unhealthy subconscious patterns, Leo. balancing out work with more rest and solitude, actually allowing yourself to chill the fuck out over the next 6 months more than usual. Releasing limiting beliefs that keep you unmotivated to have a healthy routine. Plan to get into some somatic therapy, Leo, over the next 6 months. That will definitely be super helpful on the axis of 6th house and the 12th house. 12th house being, more healing work. So also, besides the somatic therapy, Leo placements could be doing some more healing work involving service. Like their services may shift over the next 6 months dealing with healing. Yeah. Virgo, this moon is in your 5th house, which is interesting. I think this is one of the more interesting signs that I wrote on today. Distillation is your alchemy. And in distillation, this is a process of purification of components. It's being able to have a bird's eye view, basically, Virgo. Practical alchemy for Virgo, finding the balance between discipline and play creatively. And also finishing up projects, creative projects that you have. Release your inner freak mask, Virgo. If you have one, if you are a closeted freak, you might, over the next 6 months, that might unravel. However it will. I think that is beautiful to think about, because as I was writing this, I was thinking about how, Virgo is the virgin. So it's like, oh, okay, like, all right. Let her or him be. Let them live their life, express themselves, express yourself. This is really what that is for Virgo, is about express yourself type of energy. Also, Virgo, this is an important time for you to prioritize leisure in your life and rest. Very important time to prioritize leisure and rest, and to just let yourself play. Virgos be working hard. I will say though, this is not the time to go about it in a way of where you're like drinking your life away, because I won't say every Virgo does this, but some Virgos that I've known, be heavy drinkers. So maybe we do like a herbal mocktail, when you go have fun. It doesn't have to be like some hard liquor. But hey, that's just me saying that, You don't have to listen to me for real. Next, we have Libra. Libra, this moon is in your 4th house. Sublimation is your alchemy, Libra. So sublimation happens when substances transition from solid to gas without becoming liquid in alchemy. And this is when we reach harmony. This is a harmonizing type of alchemy for good old Libra. Practical alchemy for Libra would be to set family boundaries. Setting boundaries within your family is very important for Libra. Taking your self-care seriously. And also Libra too, since this is in your 4th house, it is important. You might need to set some boundaries with your mother specifically, or like some women in your family, or even children. It depends. Libra, this is also a good time to spend time with your children or spending time with children. This is feeding your inner child, but it's also feeding your foundation as well. And you might even start, I don't know if you'll start incorporating this into your actual work that you do, but you may next year. That's just, I said it first. Just know I said it first. Joking. Anyways, you might already work with kids. I don't know, but it's just something about spending time with children for this full moon, or like around this full moon, is going to be very impactful for Libra. Take your self-care seriously, Libra. This is a good time to take a good bubble bath, like relax for real. Libra placements also work very hard. So it's a good time to be guilt-free on how much you rest as a Libra placement. Yes. Yes. Okay, next we have Scorpio. Scorpio, this moon is in your third house. Separation is your alchemy. And in separation, this is when we filter through energies, which I really like this alchemy actually. Separating the projections, pain, and trauma from the truth, Scorpio, and allowing tower moments to lead to elevation of self. And all of this, when I'm saying this is coming from my alchemy writing workbook that I'm also looking at to reference what I'm saying, which is unreleased. So don't go looking for it. It's not out yet. But anyways, practical alchemy for Scorpio would be bring something that's been in the dark to light, Scorpio. You might be harboring some secret or some secrets that deserve to be expressed and shared with the person that it may impact, or just sharing it with someone. Sharing a secret doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm keeping this from that person. It could just be something that is dwelling within you that you've been harboring, Scorpio. I'm so unserious. Please don't take me serious. Ground yourself away from the noise of life. Yes. Especially with this full moon being in your third house. This is like, this is a very mental, communicative, and also localized full moon energy for you, Scorpio. So it would be also wise to visit a hike, like go on a hike. Going on a short trip pretty soon would be good to like clearing your mind of any clutter. That's what I mean by the noise. And also prioritizing adventures in your life, Scorpio. Getting your body moving, walking more, especially if you work and you stand a lot, or if you work and you sit a lot. You need to get out there more, basically. And last but not least, we have Sagittarius. This moon is in your second house, Sag. Ooh, yes, I love that so much. Where are you going? Yes, Sagittarius, this moon is in your second house, and incineration is your alchemy, which I love this alchemy for an alchemical operation. Incineration is when we reach the intense purification by fire. And that's fun. That's always fun. This is What did I write down? Let me see. Incineration allows us to burn away the programs, hellfire, detachment of limitations placed upon this Sagittarius Jupiterian. Okay, like nature on a journey to blaze through life until you reach the truth. Honestly, I wrote this so long ago. Sometimes I go back and read what I wrote for the workbook, and I'm just like, like, who is she? She's so fucking bright. Anyways, practical alchemy for Sag is to release habits that deplete your bank account, Sagittarius. Okay, you're very bright. You're very knowledgeable, but sometimes Sagittarius placements can just blow through it like it's nothing, and then look around and be like, oh my god, I don't have any money. Like it's time to definitely get a lot more grounded in the fact that you deserve a life that is, abundant and of surplus, which you have. You always have the money, like you always get the money, but it's time to ground in keeping it, and investing it differently with it being in your second house, because the second house is money, income, work, your possessions, your priorities. So this is a time to get your priorities straight on your money and your investments. Let's see more. Get crystal clear on your worth and don't sell yourself short to anybody. Okay? If you say you're worth this dollar amount, that's exactly what they're going to follow with paying you. The only person that is left to blame as far as financially is yourself, honestly, especially as it pertains to being an independent contractor or an entrepreneur. You have to set the standard for it to be followed. Otherwise, people are going to do whatever it is that you say. You know what I mean? I think you guys get what I'm saying. Invest your time and energy strictly in people, places, and things that respect your time and your value and your worth. Please. And also can elevate your wealth as well, Sagittarius. Lastly, release any lack mindset. Do you know you deserve more or not? Simple as that. And that's definitely, these are all things that I have to inquire for myself too, and stand on business. Like really, this full moon for Sagittarius is like standing on business about who you said you were, and also how much you're worth. Putting a price tag on it and not being ashamed. Like, oh yeah, this is how much this cost. Because I know, I know my skill set. I know my work ethic too. This second house is your work ethic. You know you're the best. Get that. Stand on that. Ooh, that sounds fun. I'm excited for your trip. Okay, y'all. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I don't know how the sound sounds. Does the sound good? I really don't know because I'm doing it on this, but it's my first time doing it on Substack. I've only really used this mic for an actual videos, regular videos. I really wanted to do it this way because I feel like people are liking, to actually tap into the videos more so than read. I don't know if we're in an epidemic where niggas just don't read anymore. I don't know if niggas just don't read anymore or what's going on. Actually, hold on, because I'm getting annoyed with this headscarf. But yeah, don't know if we're in an epidemic right now where niggas don't like to read, but I'm like, you know what? Let me just make a video. Let me just make a video, because maybe they'll listen. Maybe they'll listen. Okay. Peace. Thank you for watching this. And in the comments, let me know, not right now, but when this posts, let me know how it resonates, and or if I got you all wrong. You can let me know and be like, girl, go back to the drawing board. Like, I don't know what the fuck he was talking about as far as my practical alchemy tips. Peace.